I'm going to need the iron there as well. Let me quickly set these up though. We'll probably want that here instead. That way I can get a... Ooh, actually I'm going to need it one further back. Oh. No, apparently I didn't. Never mind. I'm being mad. Oh. Ah! Wrong place. I wasn't going mad, as it happens. What I wanted was this splitter to be down here. There we go. Yep. Yeah, no, nukes do not fit on the rocket at all. Most weapons are not efficient to put onto your space station, like, at all. Oh, crap. Hadn't considered this problem, if I'm honest. But now I think about it, it's rather obvious. There we go. I sent at least half of the iron down this route. There we are. Now, normally, if all of this was running, that would be fine. Well, even no, that's not true, because this does take quite a few plates. Probably massively overproducing on this steel right now. But we'll leave it as it is for now. Alright. I am missing... Only over here, that's fine. It might be time for me to take Tank Chan out, honestly. I'm not sure we can afford not to. I could lay down some cover turrets. Use those as best we can to lure the Glebons into our fire. And then, when things get really hot, retreat to the base. Oh, crap. Apparently, we already got too close. Okay, we've got a push going on. Okay, well, I'm just going to make my move then. While you're down here, I'll go to your base, shall I? See how you like it. Sods. Uh-oh. That's right. You go up there. Uh-oh, I'm leading you into a place I shouldn't be leading you. Uh-oh. Retreat! Draw it back. Alright, go for him. Shields back up. Right, go for the nests. The nests are the primary target here. Really the only target. Draw everything else back to the turrets if I can. Turrets will make extremely short work of them. Now get back for the remaining nests, because any one of them could spawn a stomper. Oh, there we go. Generations of Glebons dead in an instant. May as well pick up their eggs. Okay. Oof. Okay, so that's one issue resolved. Might want to go and deal with that one, but for now, I'm not going to. Alright, let's get all of these picked back up. I got so many random turrets on me. No, not all of them. Just some of them. I don't need more than 50. It's just unnecessary. Right, you have those. I'm going to go back and try and repair the damage I accidentally did. That was me rather than anything else, if I'm honest. Man, that sucks. Okay, it could have been significantly worse. But it has broken some important systems. What is Pridwen right now? Is Pridwen is still overhead. Pridwen's just gonna hang out. I need a system for saying, hey, Pridwen, you're good to go. I think what I'm going to do is, in the future, I'm going to say, you can, if there's some science, there's only 30 seconds need to have passed. Or I could say 120 maybe, but alternatively, as long as you're safe to travel, if it's been more than 5 minutes, then leave. Because otherwise, Pridwen's just never going to go. Let's go back up here and help with the repairs, if I can. Okay, some of them at least. I'll make the rest. Good morning. How fares the fact? It is running, and the pentapods have absolutely noticed. Yep. They are not super happy about it. I think now might be the time to set up this, but I'm sort of feeling like I need even more defenses based on what we're seeing. That works when it's not being visited very frequently. I need way more farms for our current strategy to really pan out. I'm going to have to clear this nest, though. That is way too dangerous of a place. Right, the other thing I need to do is to not have eggs that are eventually going to become not eggs. Don't carry around eggs. No. Bad. There you go. Now that I've delivered eggs, this system is going to be very upsetty and will do its best to get everything over here that it needs. Alright, to that end, I'm going to need to hook it up with water as well. Do I really not have the pipes? Man, that sucks. Wait a second. There must be pipes available for me. Let me summon them. Bring me pipes. Or bring me death. Yep. These are active. They are waiting on Bioflux. Bioflux is on its way. There we go. Internal, the mitocore is now active. Internal fuel supply is ready to roll. Fuel being supplied to the egg chambers. Yeah, we are definitely going to have to make something a little bit more punchy. That's a shame. Okay. I'm thinking internal cannons then. Running along the perimeter inside. Actually, that just wasn't close enough. Never mind. We would want... Yeah. Something like that will work a little better. I may need to add... Oh, that's perfect. I am probably going to need to add then some... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, about there. Tonk. I'm thinking of adding in some additional landfill to that request. Let's have 100 landfill on that one. There we go. That should automatically fill in. Unfortunately, you're all going to have to move. Actually, how about I move these a little bit further away? Almost like I planned it. I will again assure you, I did not. We're just lucky. Alright, so we're going to want belts. Do I want a full perimeter of belt? And I could... That doesn't work as well for me. Oh. Not quite what I meant to do. There we go. Right, this way I would then be able to do this. And we'd want to lane balance it as well. Oh, got that facing the wrong way. That's probably why that happened. There we go. All right, once this is done, I'm simply going to grab a copy of this entire fort, and that is what we're going to be stamping down on each of the farms. We'll make the defenses much more uniform. How are the eggs doing? Eggs are doing well. They have... Yeah, no, they're perfect. They are now properly processing the eggs. Now the eggs will be in here. Anything that is an egg goes out this way. Though I'm going to say I need that to get priority. Because if it's an egg, I need it to burn. It really is as simple as that. If an egg has gotten this far down, it needs to be deleted. Also, the science production facility is now online. Which is great. But whilst we do want... you know what, Pridwen? You can request this. It's fine. How much is on the planet? Available on planet only at like 100. That's fine. Okay. Alright, going to want these to empty out. Actually, I should have that happen on a couple... okay. Every 3. I'm not going to be able to be exact on every one of them, but... What did I do over here? Ugh. Yep. I need more gun on this side as well. Gonna need much more gun down here. Attacks from that nest right now. You know what? Let's... Ooh, need to shrink that down quite a lot. Alright, let's... I guess I could just mirror this side. For all intents and purposes. Yeah, that works. There we go. That will do. We would want bullets requested over here. There we are. Okay. Well, while this is building up the science, it's slow going though. More is the issue. I think it's the eggs. Well, they're making their way through. It's just that it's going to be slow. Sadly. I could expand the bio womb without too much trouble, actually. Maybe I should on that one. Just push it forward a bit. I could just have the plastic move around it without any real trouble. Yeah. Right, I need to take the tank to the south and try and help get that all set up. We've got plenty of carbon fiber available, I should imagine. More farms would greatly improve the situation, but we are not at that stage. Once I'm done with whatever help I can do down south in getting the defensive area set up, I will come back up and start expanding out the bacteria breeder. The annoying thing is, without the backing of guns right behind it, this thing is just gonna oh god, no. Oh no. Of course you did this when I had left, you absolute arse. Well, that's gonna set us back a bit. And by a bit, I mean a lot. The unfortunate thing there is the train came in just as that was happening. Oh, damn it. Stupid lakes. The train survived? How the heck did you manage that? I mean, I'm very happy, but wow. You're stuck here for now, though, which is an issue. I need to go and grab some rails then. Right. Could you provide me with some rails? Yeah, good train. Have a cookie. Let's get the train back up and running though as quickly as we can. Everything else already repaired. Wow. Genuinely kind of impressed. Alright then. We're clearly struggling with attacks from this direction. So, it makes sense, I think, to just go ahead and copy this down to the south. Let's grab you. I now lack the belts I need. I think I'm going to just try and put another row just down here for now. Won't realistically protect them, but it will contain any wrigglers that get out in this location, at the very least. Actually, let's just do it there. Hello. And I want some lasers as well. There we go. That will hold the south a little bit, but it's still going to cause me issues. Actually, I'm going to copy this whole section. Going to replicate it over here. In hopes that it will allow us to better defend the trains as well. There we go. Okay. Now then. I should hopefully be able to get back to what I was doing. Gonna need to go and grab some more blue belt, I think. The other thing I could do, of course, is go clear out another nest. And whilst that is appealing, what isn't appealing is having to do it around this lake. That is a nasty place to have to exist, much less fight. Right, have we been sent any? Yes, we have. Okay, let's make a move. But yeah, it really didn't take too much to push the Glebons to the point of all-out attack. We've been maintaining relatively peaceful relations with them up to now. But a significant extra oomph to our production has pushed us over the edge. When is your next tea break? You know what? Probably about now. Let me get down here and try and fortify this area a little bit. There we go. Honestly, I think it's the landfill that they need more than anything. Going to need these as well. Hadn't considered that. I should have. Let's do this from the map. I'm going to need that. All that. All this. I need to collect some more landfill, which I should have in an... well, I was going to say abundance, but it's not quite that abundant, really, is it? Oh, can my robot not reach? No. Damn it. Okay. You guys can collect it then and use it. There we go. Also, you can have half of these. Do you want another half? There you go. And there we are. Oh, you need some more. Ah, God. Yeah, there we are. Okay, 4 complete. This should be able to repel the worst of the invasions, I would imagine. Not entirely certain. We haven't had to test it against very much. This place has been largely left alone. It's the furthest away and gets visited the least frequently. In fact, it's been an age since anything came down here. And I think that's part of the problem, is that It feels like my trains go there more. Oh no, here we are. Never mind. I was going to say, feels like the trains go to the other one much more than this one, but perhaps that's not true. Hello, Jester Man. How you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the raid. Don't play tricking with trains. Even in a tank, it's probably not a good idea. Another blue question. How do people not from the USA think of the Ted Lasso show? I have no idea what that is. So that is probably an answer in and of itself. Okay, so much better this time. Lost guns, but much better overall. Let's get up here. Right then, here's the question. Do I go and play with the Glebons? My heart says probably shouldn't. The rest of me says kinda need them to stop attacking me, and the best way to make sure that happens is by eliminating them. Thank you, cannons. Keep up the great work. Okay. Hurry up. You got seconds to get in. Thank you. Okay. Gonna have to just whoosh underneath you. Get out the way, you. So slow. Being stomped. Dislike. Great amounts of disapproval. Where's that happening? Oh, it's the top. That's fine. Problem is they will respawn very, 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 very fast. It makes taking them on a bit of a chore. Because realistically, I need to lead them back up top and hope that my defenses hook them. Works for the strafers quite well, but for other things, a bit less well. I mean, I'll win the war of attrition eventually, but in that time, lots more stuff will have been spawned. Yeah, like this. Ugh, my lord. Okay. Another way of doing it is to set up a secondary area for fighting. But it's best not to have them too close together, otherwise problems occur. They've got their attack group ready there. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, crap. That's too much firepower in one place. No! Hold it together, tank. You can do it. I believe in you. Is that giving me an opportunity? It has not really, no. Maybe if I lure them up to these cannons, it will help, but they're already out of ammo. The other big problem is there's so many shells on the ground that they get in their way. Or in my way, rather. And all I've got, realistically, is piercing ammo to deal with this. Right, quickly go repair things. Tank Chan. Oh, we're out of ammo. We're proper out of ammo. Fine. I'm not even making any more anymore. The thing is, they consume a lot of spores in order to spawn that stuff, so... that is... that, at least. Let's go and see if I can't clear out any of these nests. Uh-oh. I'll say that's a nope. I mean, my lasers are free at the very least, but... oh, no, this is bad. This is bad. Oh. This is going to be super bad if they can slow me down for enough. Keep moving. Ah! Duck and weave. Duck and weave. Gonna just have to hope. All the repairs all the time. That was desperately close. Big issue now, then, is the fact that I'm not producing ammo. Maybe setting that up as one of the next focuses should be what I do. Let's try and get some degree of production up. Even if it's not a lot. Right, don't need this. Let's just throw something together for now. Again, it doesn't need to be much. Just needs to be something. It definitely feels like we were having a much easier time before we really ramped up production over here. Oh, there we go. At the very least, we're producing ammo now. We are massively backlogged on the copper. Doesn't surprise me. And humongously not backlogged on the iron, which is an issue. Would it be better for me to go ahead and start trying to get production of explosives on the go? It's going to require sulfur, coal, and water. I'm producing sulfur. The coal I can produce from sulfur, carbon, and water. So I've got those two that I can do. From those, I would be able to produce the rockets. Which don't need a lot. Alternatively, I could start producing the tank shells. Now, tank shells... oh, I could use those to try... I don't know. What's the better call here? Rocket turrets? Which require quite... involved resources. Or tank shells? No, I've not been bringing ammo shipments from the home world, though. I just stripped down the factory and we're slowly building it back up. For this success, rockets! Do I have sight on any of the nests? I do not. Yes, I do. Explosive, physical. They've got less protection from physical. But maybe rocket turrets is where it's at. That's going to require me to get up to red circuits, which I've already got the means to be fair. We are excessively out of ammo. I think what I could do is keep the priority for this farm at the lowest it can go. So for now, they should ignore this farm for a little bit. Well, I mean, they're not going to ignore it. It's still going to be available to them, but I really do feel like the priority settings are not working out the way I'd expected them to. Aavak, honestly, both probably isn't the worst idea, but making some ammo you can on the homeworld with its more intense production infrastructure and shuttling it here probably would be smart. You say that, but the problem with that is that to move ammo up to the Pridwen is really expensive, like, you know, shockingly expensive. To give you an idea on that, the rocket capacity is 50. I need to send an entire rocket up from the surface with 50 magazines. That would last me no time at all against those things. I would burn through the resources on Nauvis so quickly. I wouldn't really realistically be able to move enough to make a difference. It'd be better to have the Pridwen sat in orbit just dumping regular ammo down rather than trying to move ammo from Nauvis. Which isn't necessarily a terrible idea. It isn't necessarily a terrible idea. Because that would take the load off my iron production at the very least. So the next time Pridwen is in orbit, I'll have Pridwen dump a bunch of ammo down here. That way, if nothing else, I can at least request ammo for ammo from yellow, but no, actually, looking at it, it probably wouldn't be worth it, if I'm honest. It would be better for me to just try and expand this out so that I'm producing enough. So let's work on that. If we can just get up to the point that I can get a couple of these up and running and we can get ammo production back out there, then things will get a lot easier. Right, to that end, as I was mentioning, I'm going to need about 5 of these, realistically speaking. Oh, we are actually completely out of jelly nuts. There's nothing being produced. Are you not requesting them? You are? We have the materials for it. The train has it. The problem is that all of these are the same priority. And they all want things right now. And the supply chain is kind of blind to what is being requested. That was not an issue that I anticipated. But it probably should have been. I'm gonna have to go down there to set that up, aren't I? Ugh, that's annoying. Okay, well, let's grab that one first. I'll set it up over here first, since I'm so close to it. But yeah, the issue there is that the supply trains are visiting each stop, and they're just going to the closest one. And because this is never in a position where it's safe, that's causing all kinds of problems for me. Right. Yeah, I've probably just had a supply train just running back and forth, barely doing anything for the others this whole time. Let's pop one in down here. But yeah, if I had calcite, if I had advanced asteroid processing, then I'd be able to produce piercing ammo in orbit and just send it down. I'd probably build a space station at that point. Sadly, I do not have access to that technology, so you know, it's very much a case of if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. Park here. Okay, you hooked up. There we are. Right, now down to the other one. Perhaps there were a lot of other things I could have done as well. For example, oh, I saw that changing as I was coming up to it. If I'd already gotten more farms up and running before bringing the system fully online, so that the pollution would be spread out more. Alright, let's just tuck ourselves down here. And straight in. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to want to pop this down here. Green across. Red down. Set priority. There we are. Right, that should mean that the trains are going to head to where they need, where they're needed. One of the... It may have been better if I had specific fruit trains as a separate train type rather than trying to make all of the trains cargo agnostic. In that then a train that was going, like all of the fruit trains could have intentionally loaded up with seeds before heading out. Even if they loaded up with both types of seeds, it would have been fine. I don't have any plans on playing more Starfield. It's never a, you know, never say never sort of thing, but I hadn't made plans to. Right. Now, let's get back down here. And have a look at what we can do. So this whole system needs to be shunted back by how much? That's the big question. I'm going to say from what I remember, we wanted about 5 biochambers. Which is going to need a fair old bit of mash. Each one of these requires 1 mash, more or less. You could run 6 off 5 of them. That being said, we're not using all of it all the time. I'd be fine with the ferrets coming in, Sheelab. But on that note, chat. Oh, God. Train out of fuel again. This is the problem. They just sat there using up fuel for ages. Ages. Is it inside range for me? Somehow doubt it. Nope. Everything's going wrong all at the same time. All right. Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't. But that's the one. Oh, that's awful. That's the one with all of the building stuff. But I can't access it because it's out of radar range. Oh, that's garbage. So I'm going to have to hook another one up for build requests. Just to go down there and plant a radar so I can get access to that one. You can place a blueprint if a tank is in fog. It doesn't have any radars on it, so I would need to bring it back in order to get the radars. I didn't imagine that by getting out of the tank while it was... or rather, like, you know, stop driving while it was in fog, that I wouldn't then be able to get back into it. Lesson learned, I guess, but frustrating lesson, to be sure. There we go. That is the better builder for me to have, so I'm going to drive this one back over here. I stopped having as much building material on my tanks back when I lost tank gen. Seemed reckless to just keep so much, just random gubbins on the off chance I might need them. There we go. I do now need you to go back and collect some fuel, though. Rather urgently at this point. How long had that train been out of fuel? I have questions. Many questions. Alright. That's good enough. Alright, let's get back over here. Now then. Where was I? Ah, yes. I need to decide on how many of these I'm going to set up. This can run 3, so 2 of them can run 6. We are currently fighting a war of attrition that we will lose. Unless I get everything... Ah, there we are. It is starting to get supplies again now. That's good. Yeah, I mean, if we go for 2 of each, followed by 4, it's going to be a hell of a lot, but yeah, we need to push this back a heck of a ways. All right. Gonna want to grab it from about here then. It's gonna be painful. I'm gonna say... Actually, it might be better for me to just leave that off for now while I expand this system out. So, yoink. Rid of you. Oh, no. Please don't tell me that we have been completely out of rocket fuel for long enough. No, we haven't been out of rocket fuel for that long. Why am I suddenly draining power so hard? Oh. I see. Right. Okay, so this is going to have to travel all the way through as well. It's going to be a much more extensive rebuild than I'd hoped, if I'm honest. Now, if I were to combine these onto their own belt, I think that's ultimately what I'm going to have to do because there's so much that we need. That one needs to be there, and it needs to be set up with a whitelist. Every time I lose the guns, I lose the ammo in the guns, which is devastating at this point. Some backup lasers for dealing with the ones that get really close. Put that down. I'm going to take this out. Likewise down here, going to do the same. There you go. Now the rest can afford to be these. Definitely going to need some more power in here, though. If I pop that there, then I should be okay. Even though I generally greatly dislike doing it that way. Unfortunately, the jelly nuts, we don't want to go any further. So I'm going to need... these set up to only accept... Mako and... output it to the side. But then the jelly nuts would be able to rot. Oh, that's very awkward, actually. You know what, though? We can make this work. We need to move all of this over by one. Because I can set up a rot collecting armor right there, and that can just output directly down. There we go. Okay, and then we want to do the same thing again. Vertical. Don't technically want that there though. Oh, damn it. What's happening? Lots of bad stuff. In no uncertain terms. Right. Okay then, now we've got all of the Amako fruits in the right place. I've got the jelly nut in the right place, hopefully. That's as far as I need to take that. So now I just replicate what we have over here. So let's just grab that. I'm going to need 5 of these, so it's not going to be a straight replication. Okay, and this one the same. Right, so it needs to pull. Oh, sorry, it needs to output onto that belt. We need this there. Output onto that belt. It pulls in nutrients, it outputs bioflux, it outputs anything that, like, so rot. So, outputs bioflux. Oh, wait. Bioflux will be on the wrong side of the belt. Sod it. That is going to make things awkward. I'm going to have to output the bioflux then that way. Less than ideal. Nutrients will still go up this route though. So that they can pull nutrients off that belt. Nutrients will be on this side, so I need to deliver it to the far side. Hello, fuzzbuds. We've got ferrets in attendance. 1, 2. I want to rotate these around. They should not be using filters. Also going to need more power again. That'll do. Right about there. We'll see how we can do with 4 of them rather than 5. Right. Flux goes out there. Same here. Now, in terms of the fruit, I'm going to want that on this line. And the way to set that up properly will be... I kind of feel since there's only 2 of these, that it makes more sense for me to try and take this the other way. And around that. Ugly, but doable, I think, maybe? Right, how far can I reach you? I can. Oh, fantastic. Right. Okay. So, whilst it is a little bit out of the way, this gives me my fruit going through there. And then this needs to load all of the bioflux onto this side of the belt. Which I believe shouldn't be too difficult for me to do. There we go. That's still the waistline. As is this. Right, at this point, I need to copy the cap. There we go. And then this joins up. This goes through. And we are finally there. Will this fit? Please tell me it will. It will. We are so lucky because it is really close. Fantastically so. Ugh. That would have been awful if that hadn't fit. Okay, this system now active should, in theory, be able to handle everything we're going to need it to have here. It's very much theory, though. There should be enough output from this to be able to satisfy the demands of our smelters. And transfer the ones that I offer affection to the first. You should see Sheila. She has got a bobble hat on. It is that cold in the house. Got a big fuzzy knitted top and a huge knitted bobble hat. Hmm? Yes, that I bought you. Right, there we go. Let's make sure that this is working though. Why are you doing nothing? Oh, you haven't been told what to do. Fair. There we go. Why are you doing nothing? You lack the jelly. Also fair. There you go. We may be producing too much. I may have overestimated how much we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Yeah, I did. I did, because I was originally going to have 6. We did not need this many. Poop. On the flip side, tell you what. Yo, crap. Oh, I guess I can just melt. It's fine, whatever. On the flip side, what I'm going to do is... I have this here. Okay. I'm going to get... What was that? Oh, did you forget your tongue was hanging out your mouth? Silly Zena. Oh, she's got her winter coat on. She is so soft. It should be criminal to have that good of a coat. Criminal. Right, let's grab you, pop you there. I'm going to instead do this. It is jank as all get out, but If it works, I will take it. I was going to do this in a different way, but technically that would also work. There we go. Worst of the rot is getting expelled. Nutrients are being delivered. More and more iron is being delivered. This is going much better now. All of the smelters are running. Okay. Okay, it took a bit of a redesign, but we got it there. We got there. Okay. I'm going to say everything needs to be into bullet production right now until we've got a stable supply of ammunition to deal with the issues that we're faced with. We really do not have much of a stable supply of anything, really. Very evidently need more. Either that, or do I have speed modules? Apparently I do. I think we speed up the smelters as much we can. Okay. Starting to look a little bit more healthy now, but not enough. Certainly not enough. We need way more. I've got enough production, it seems, to be able to push this a lot harder. It's the steel that is struggling. Not productivity? I mean, I could go with productivity, I guess. That's true. I do have it. I was thinking more of just getting them done faster, but you're right. You're right. Getting more out of them would be a bit more of a useful one. But one of the... I guess the way my brain works is if I see that I've got enough raw resources coming in, then it's not that I want to make the most of the raw resources. I simply want to do everything faster. I never needed these to be that aggressive. My lord, what was I doing? What a fool. What a fool I have been. I'll just fix this last thing before tea. Well, I've got ferret in you now. One doesn't just walk away from ferrets. Come on now. I could branch off. Yeah, let's make a more permanente solution to this problem of ours. Hello, Athena. You do know your claws are like little needles, right? Needle claws. She's come up to the desk to say hi. Mwah. Mwah. I love you. Oh, you're so fuzzy. Alright. We're going to move the plastic down from here. I'm not going to... Am I actually doing anything with the science, or is it just all rot? It's just all rot. I'm not making science fast enough, so it feels like actually no, never mind. I stopped producing it. That's okay then. For the time being, I'm not going to worry about the science. Right now, all I want is production of base resources. We'll worry about science when we're not worrying about dying. I think that's fair. I think that's more than fair. Right, this requires how many? 0.41 per second. This produces 1.25. So 1 to 3 effectively. That should be more than enough then. We will bring the iron straight across the top. This is then going to want steel and copper. I will switch these bullets to the side. Actually, going to want that the other side. They're not going to be producing bullets that fast. Nor will they really be drawing in iron that fast, if I'm honest. So that should be fine. Then over here, we'll have quite a few of these. We'll just have a 6 for now. How much does that draw in? Again, not that much, but I will use the bulk inserters for this one. Right. And to the very last. This should only pull out piercing ammo and pop that into a supplying chest as much as you need. Maybe not that much. Actually, 1,000 rounds is more than enough. If 1,000 rounds is backed up, then it's because I'm not using it fast enough. So stop wasting my resources by doing that. Oh, Aries, Bio, you going back to bed now? Okay, you enjoy your dinner, baby. I would like this to go across that way. I'm going to want this to branch up. I'm then going to want 1, 2, thunk. Let's just move this. There's no reason why they should be in the way. All right. Oh, then. Damn it. Guess I can move all of this over a little bit more. Ah! There we go. That should, if we're very, very, very fortunate, be all of the ammo we're going to need to be safe for now. We'll see how it goes. Oh. Why am I not surprised? What shut down? And why? Did I just lack materials to sustain it? Might have been. It could easily have been, actually. We've got a massive problem with... yeah, that is why. Okay. Okay. I mean, technically I can get rid of it like that. It's not the best way of doing it, though. It'd be better to do it like this. There you go. I just jammed the system up. That was my fault. There we go. And now we've got the mash moving through. Okay. I mean, generally speaking, we don't want it to get to this point, but it will occasionally. Now, there will be the occasional problem where that genuinely does clog everything up. Such as this over there. This system is meant to have that much rot inside it. This was the consequence of a rather unfortunate mistake. Usually it wouldn't have the opportunity to get backed up like this. Still, the fact that it was able to is a worry. This can no longer get to the rot to get rid of it either. So we're kind of firing only on a couple of cylinders at the moment. Eventually this will fix itself, but it's not ideal. The other option is simply get rid of the rot from here and not worry about this, because right now I'm not even getting to use it anyway. There we go. Alright, it's more or less clearing the system now. Still going to take a while to get rid of that rot, but I just needed to see that it could do it by itself. We'll clear up the mess that was caused by my earlier mistake. Get rid of that as well. Okay, there we go. Starting to see more and more iron bacteria getting through. It's great. What we want to see is lots of piercing ammo being produced. But because of that jam, it did mean that a lot of this area did not get the attention from the pentapods that could have caused us more significant issues. Is there really nothing left? Guess not. That shouldn't be because of a lack of seeds. Well, there's plenty of seeds available. Sadly, nutrient has rotted. Yeah. Gotta wait for that stuff to rot. That's uncommon to see that happen. That usually can't happen because the stuff at the front should be the oldest. Not quite sure how that managed it, though. I'm really not sure how that one managed it. Alright. Oh. Wrong. Only 3. There we go. Are we stocking up rocket fuel again? We are still not. We got stupid amounts of it. That is a requester chest, though. Oh, I guess we already have... Oh, okay. We're just not sending any more down than that. That's actually okay. The spotters can't get through the underground. A reversed underground belt. Let's have a look. Spoilers can't get through the underground. Got it. Thank you so much, chat. Yeah, so in essence, we were only using part of the system there. We really need significantly more iron to be making its way through for this system to perform even remotely close to optimally, but let's see what we can do. Gotta wait for the bacteria to actually process here, though. Sadly. It will eventually start to clog up and then process, but while we're waiting for that, only some of these will actually be active. Right, okay. So with that done, next up on the list of things for us to do. I was going to set up like belts and the likes, but honestly, I'm kind of feeling that it would be more pressing for us to set up explosives. Coal, sulfur, and water. Sulfur, carbon, and water. I'm going to need the chemical plants then for that. Which I can get a couple of. Nice. I'm not sure how fast that's going to produce, so let's just make a couple of these just so I can see what the output of that system is going to be. Okay, we are starting to see more and more of the yellow ammo making its way down the line. This is good. This is much better now. Right, so where are we? Right, so to do this, we would need what? 2.5 carbon and 0.5 sulfur per second. Oh, actually, no, we would need 5 carbon and 1 sulfur per second to make 1 coal per second. Which is a bit of a rough one. This produces 3 sulfur a second. That's fine. And my carbon output is... oh, very unfortunately low. But I can significantly increase that. The only thing holding that back is rot. We can significantly increase that output. That won't be a problem. In fact, I should probably go and do that then. Because I'm going to need 5 of those per... which, ooh, wow. That's just for 1. Yikes. Big yikes. And then to make these, it would be how much... well, actually, that's quite all... that's not too bad. I'd be able to make 2 explosives per second of just 1 carbon. But how fast can I make the rockets? Do I want explosives or just regular rockets? I would want regular rockets, realistically. Though, that being said, it's not like... well, if you can guarantee that it's going to only be attacking in front of it rather than to the side, then it would be fine. But I think we should probably avoid the other ones. Too big a chance of collateral damage. Okay, we can... we're still going to need effectively 1 explosive per rocket. We're just gonna... it's gonna just take time to achieve that. Now, if I were to use these in there, let's have a look. That's a bit better. It's much better. I don't suppose I can use productivity in here, can I? No, of course I cannot. Why would I even think such a thing? Right, okay. Evidently, this will be the better choice. Can I not? We are clearly not able to meet demand. And part of that, I think, is the jelly farm, if I'm honest. Part of it is simply that I'm not bringing along the seeds that I need. Why does this even have Aavak seeds? It has been a long time since this place got a visit. Probably have backup power in there. Just in case. Yeah, been a long time since we've had anything visit there either. Maybe the inactivity is an issue here. Because it's being fed ammo very slowly. Yeah, I'm gonna say so. Or 30 seconds of inactivity, or time passed. If it's been waiting for a minute and it's had 15 seconds of inactivity, I think that would be better in the future. Right, you go ahead and just deliver whatever you got. Yeah, I think that is one of the big issues, is the just trickle of ammo. It was this planet that taught me that explosive rockets are bad for base defense. Fair enough. That seems like a reasonable lesson to take away from Gleba, yeah. That does seem reasonable. Right, so why did we stall? Right, you're not able to get rid. Roger, that is not a good place to have that then. Let us try to remove items. Like so. Learning lots of ways to improve this system overall. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Right, what did we lose? Yeah, we're out of ammo. And that is going to cause us an enormous amount of problems. You are getting little bits here and there, and that's enough. Let's just get you out there. Oh god. I've got nothing to stop it. I think that might be it for that farm. Too many inefficiencies in the system. I need to get down here. Was it a big stomper? I think they're still mediums. Yeah, they're just mediums. I say just. Nothing just about them, really. Very unjust, in fact. Repairing after this is going to be a real rough one. Oh, did you finish? Oh, they did. They did manage to take it out in the end. But that was awfully painful. Yeah, we did lose the... Oh, let me use my lasers. But we did lose the train in the end. Very sad. We're slowly getting production up and running again, but ouch. Lost everything but the rear locomotive. We'll need 2 more train stops. I can get a decent amount of this back up and running, but limited in some ways. Well, with the farm down, I'm actually tempted to leave it down for the time being. Just until we get this place a little bit more sorted. Though this is by far and away the most productive farm. Okay, we've got a couple of bits that we need to resolve down here. Right, gonna need... Oh, I don't have enough for the other locomotive, unfortunately. Ouch. Ah, it's engines as well. I mean, I can request them. I have to go get them though, but I'll start work on that. Biggest issue that we're facing is my inability to go and take out the nest right now. Nutrients coming through. If nothing else, Aavak has taught me to always make sure that my trains are fueled. Well, yeah, the lack of any other kind of tech for taking on the enemies in Glebor is definitely a bit of a pain, but it's certainly not the be-all end-all of this. It's far from the only reason that we're struggling. Far from the only reason that we're struggling right now. off you go. Enjoy. Right, system should be back online for the most part, except I'm not in any rush to rebuild that farm. This one is surrounded by fairly nasty nests at this stage. None of the other farms are getting anything like that, the attention that we're getting from there. Not even remotely. Oh man, look at all the fruit. And that fruit takes a long time to spoil too.